Hi, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats, an applique series. We're doing things that go in applique, so we're having a lot of fun with this. We've already done 6 of the 20 appliques that we're doing as part of this series, and so we're on to applique number 7. So we've got all these delicious things. This is particularly delicious because it's got ice creams while we go. So if you've already signed up on GourmetQuilter.com for the pattern, you'll have a pattern like this to download, all ready to trace, with a picture of the finished block up here. So I've gone ahead, I've cut all my fabrics out with the fusible web on the back. We're doing fused raw edge applique. And so I've started positioning my little pile. I've got a little pile up this time. We've got 3 cars on top of each other. Not quite sure why, but there they are. So I wanted the bottom one to start, so I've started at the bottom and I'm working up. So I've lined up my wheels using my ruler as a little bit of a guide so that they're sitting fairly evenly, so that at least looks like they're things that could go, although I have to say some of my wheels are a little bit oval, so I think we're going to go clump, clump, clump a little bit. But I've positioned all these, nothing's ironed yet, and I'm just working my way up. So I've got the wheels in the next vehicle. He's got a little light and a handle. He needs a little window, so I'm not sure that he's going anywhere when he's sitting on top of another car though. We've got the wheel centres. Looking pretty good, and this one also has a little light. It's a very busy little car, this one. It's a little runabout, I think, would be so much fun. And a little window. Just sit up in there. It's amazing how just the tiniest little bits can make something kind of come to life. So as soon as you put like a little door handle on, it suddenly looks a little bit like a car with a window and a light. So, and I do like the way my cars have got different colour handles, so I can find the handle so I can get in. So I've gone ahead, I've got them all positioned. They're not ironed yet, so I think I'm pretty happy with how that's all sitting, because I'm going to iron it now, because once they're ironed, they're there to stay. So just keep an eye on things like your seam allowance when you're positioning, that you leave enough around that you can have a seam allowance. And then I'm just, because I'm going to be free motion stitching, I'm going to be using a stabilizer, so I'm just using this lightweight cotton as my stabilizer. It doesn't fuse, but it grips, so if you iron it, it grips even better. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine now and do some free motion stitching. So really we're just going to have to just do everything, like some little stops and starts with the windows and door handles. The wheels, we can probably go around a wheel and even around the centre while we're at it, and come along and then do the next one as well before we have to go all the way around. So I might start there down the bottom with a wheel and do a little centre. Maybe I'll start in the centre or onto the wheel. And if I do it over this side, I can skip onto the bottom of the car here and go straight into the next wheel. The idea being that you don't start and stop too often if you can avoid it. But you can also skip onto other little shapes as you go. So I'm going to snip that thread out of my way. So I'm there, and I think I'm just going to go straight across onto the wheel and then come around the wheel as well. So all the wheels will be much the same to do. I'm back around here now, and now I can just skip onto the bottom of the vehicle there. And this wheel. And now I can just skip into the middle. It's such a short distance it really won't show if there's a little line of stitches there. So that's the wheels on that vehicle done, and all the other vehicles will be just the same. So I can go ahead and get those done and come around, and I'll just keep going and I'll just come back and show you a little bit later. So I'm just on the last little car. I've done all the windows, the door handles, I've done all the wheels, and now I'm just coming around this last little green car. light here, so I'm just going to go over the light, past it, back up a little bit, and come down the front again, and we're just about back. Here we are. A couple of stitches to lock it off. Snip my thread. And I'm pretty happy with my little pile up, my little stack of cars. I'm just going to give it a quick press and go up with all the other things that go that are building up here on the wall behind me. So that was number 7 in the series of 20 things that go. And we've just got on so well, it's just looking amazing. I think that my little things that go are just looking like they're just going. So that was number 7, as I said, so we'll see you again. Thank you for number 8.